Oh, very good afternoon, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good afternoon, Karishma. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. And I'm really excited to have the session with you because the topic we are going to discuss is very controversial. People say that you cannot learn English just by listening. For me, it is like that I have learned English just by listening. So, what is your opinion on that? This is what we are going to discuss. But before moving forward, I just want you a little brief about you for the new viewers.
Okay, you want me to introduce myself, right?
That's right.
So I am Meenu Puri. I am from Delhi. I was born and raised in Delhi. And I have been running my YouTube channel for last 3 years, but I have been teaching spoken English for about 7 years now. That's all about me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So now let's come to the topic. See, my opinion is you know a little bit about me that my background was Hindi when I was learning, when I was studying. So my English was very poor. So I have learned English just by listening others. So is it possible for every person out there that he can speak better English just by listening, or we need to do some other things also? What's your opinion on that?
We can definitely learn a new language by listening to it, but not just by listening. When we listen
Okay.
to new words or phrases or sentences, we absorb them and then we speak to ourselves or we speak them out with someone else. Then only we can speak. So, unless they come out of our mouth, if we are just listening, then I don't think we will be able to become good speakers. So, with listening, we need to speak as well. That's what I
Yeah.
think.
No, yeah, that's there. I forgot to tell you, yes, speaking is also there. Listening is just that we are consuming content, right? After a
Right.
certain period of time, when you have consumed a good content, you should try to speak out. But
Right.
there are other perceptions also about learning English that we should always go through reading, writing, and other methods of learning English. So I'm talking about that, whether they are also important or just by listening and speaking we can have.
See, listening means taking in information. The information is going in our brain. And when we speak, that information is used and comes out of our mouth. In the same way, when we read, information goes in the brain. When we write, it comes out. So, reading versus reading and writing, or listening and speaking, both are very, very beneficial. So, when I was in college, I had a habit of writing my daily diary. So
Okay.
yeah, I used to write that all of our all, in our group, all of us went to Pizza Hut or all of us went to Nirula's to have this and that. We did this, and that day we had picnic. We enjoyed so much. He gave me this, I gave him that. So all those things, whenever I read my diary, all those moments come alive. So when I used to write, actually, when you write, your brain forces you to think in English if you're writing in English. So writing means output and reading means input. In the same way, listening is
Okay.
in and speaking is output. So both work very well. But if you have to choose one of them, then listening and speaking is better. But if you can do both, reading, writing, listening, speaking, then it's very good. All of them are good.
I think you have given me a satisfactory answer. Usually, I do not satisfy so early, so quickly. But yes, you said rightly that yes, the same like listening and speaking are powerful, and that can be the best way of learning English. Similarly, reading and writing. But you know what, ma'am? Sometimes I have seen people that they are not at all interested in reading. They thought that reading is just a waste of time. Instead, that like in this era where are we living now, we have audio books. So instead of going with reading, we can listen to that content only through audio. So is the same, or is there any difference that while reading or you are consuming the same content by audiobooks?
I think when you read, you can focus on the sentence structure and it helps you understand the sentence formations. It really helps you. And listening to books is not the same as reading, but it's not required to read if you don't enjoy reading. Reading can be done if you enjoy reading. Like, some people are avid readers. Some people enjoy reading novels, newspapers, magazines, and comic books. So do reading and then writing if you enjoy that. But if that doesn't work for you, then listening and speaking are the most powerful tools. So it depends from person to person.
And as you talk about writing, I still remember when somebody asked me to write something, I literally feel very scared. I cannot write more than 2 to 4 lines. I still remember I used to do drafting work when I was working with a law firm. So it was very like most tiring work for me. I used to, make sentences in Google Translator. I used to check them whether I'm writing correct or not. Now we have the alternate solutions like ChatGPT that is here. We can use that tool. But still, now, day before yesterday, I had a session with some tutor. She also told me that yes, you need to write. And what you can do, you can write and you can check it through ChatGPT. The
Oh,
moment
that's
she told me, one thing has came to my mind, that what I do, even in Chat GPT, I don't write. I put speaker, I speak whatever I want to write. I just speak, and then I ask Chat GPT to correct this. This is how I am getting that correct paragraph. So it, what I feel is that I saves a lot of time, because while I'm writing, I have to literally write something and it takes a time. So sometimes I feel that it's a quite boring thing. It's instead, if you have this facility of speaking through mic and you can get written everything, so that's very easy. Okay. So one more thing I would like to know from the beginner point of view. Now there are many beginners who don't understand listening. They try to understand but they don't. I think for them reading is good. They should start with the reading as well.
Yes, they can start with reading storybooks. Storybooks have very
Sorry.
simple English, so they can start with stories, and then uh, after listening to a lot of story, after reading a lot of stories, then they can move on to YouTube, and they can
Oh,
then hear stories. So they will narrate stories, and they can watch the stories on YouTube channels. So that way, it's very good for beginners. And later on, they can watch the conversations. And when they start reading, they shouldn't read the newspapers. Newspaper has quite complex English.
okay.
So yeah,
Yes.
it's quite difficult to understand the paragraphs and everything. And even comic books, I was actually a reader. Like in childhood, I used to finish a comic book in just one day. And I would read newspaper, I would read magazines. So I used to love reading so much. So that is why I
Oh,
used to write also. And I remember when I was in class 10, people used to come and say that we have to write a leave to the principal. Can you please write? Everybody came to me for writing something. So whenever they needed to write something, at that time there was no ChatGPT or something. So I
yes.
think reading is important. Yes, I mean writing is also important. Writing is a bit difficult because writing also forces your brain. When you are reading, it's quite simple. When you are writing, it takes a bit of courage. In the same way, listening is so easy. When you go for speaking, then it takes, you become hesitant. So that
True.
is what. So writing,
100%.
I
What you're
think you
saying
should be
absolutely
trained
right.
writing. If let's say you need to write something and you are not able
You're
to access
moving a
ChatGPT,
lot.
then
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you're moving a lot. I'm getting distracted. Can you fix it?
okay, okay, yeah,
It has fixed? Yes, now it's fine. Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So I was saying, let's say you need to write something for your child's, or maybe let's say I used to write some diary notes in my children's diaries. Sometimes you need to do that. Do you do that also with ChatGPT?
No, I don't do that. But yes, I still remember a few days ago I had to write an application for his meal. So I took the help from ChatGPT because I'm really, really bad at writing. So most of the time.
But writing also enhances English. You can try your hands at it. Okay. Okay, how's your YouTube channel doing?
That is going well. Till now it was going well, but now I feel that it's not going great. Again, I'm back to the same routine things and it's not that great. Yeah. So
You're
that's okay.
getting very good comments. I think people are loving your content.
People are loving my content because I'm just discussing day-to-day issues which people are actually facing and I have personally faced during my learning. So maybe
Okay,
that's one of the reasons.
okay. So, okay, you personally learned English through listening only. You feel that, right?
Not feel that 100% I have learned everything just by listening. I have never read, never write. I have never solved any kind of grammar or exercise. I tried to do at the beginning, but it was not working well for me. So I just dropped that idea and I started working on my listening activities and try to learn sentence by sentence. And even now, I'm very fond of watching podcasts these days, and I'm watching around 1 hour. I'm giving 1 hour just to watch a podcast daily. So there also I'm trying to learn sentence by sentence. There are few sentences which I personally like. So I thought of, okay, when I'll speak, how it suits me, like how I look when I'm speaking these kinds of sentences. And I'm trying to copy them and I'm actually doing it. And this is how I'm able to speak English, honestly.
Okay. So do we watch podcasts or we listen to them?
I think we should also watch because, expression also matters a lot. People thought that we should only listen, but sometimes while we are listening to somebody, we should also learn to read the facial expression, because sometimes half of your communication, it depends on your facial expressions. Sometimes your hand gestures, they say a lot, and your one smile that confirms something, okay, it's true. So like I think we should watch podcasts instead of only listening.
I have never watched a podcast or listened to it. So I was thinking it's like we have, there are so many apps like Wink and Spotify. So podcasts are available on that. So I thought it is something which we can only listen to.
No, no, it's not like that. Now we can also watch podcasts in YouTube. There are so many podcasts available from different people. I don't go deep into that, but today I had watched one podcast of Shivani ma'am. She's a spiritual guru, you can say that, or Brahma Kumari.
BK Shivani,
So
BK Shivani, no?
DK Shivani, yes.
You were
So
telling me about that. I went to Mount Abu and she was
yes.
there and I hugged her. I met her
Oh
and
my
I hugged her.
God.
Yes, yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
I used to watch her videos and I was a big fan of her. So once we got an opportunity to attend there was something going on for IT professionals. So it was a
Okay.
annual retreat kind of a thing for IT professionals. So my husband is in IT, so he took me along with him, and we went there. We attended it, and there were so many of them. And once she was just passing from there, and I suddenly went there, and I said, I really love whatever you say. I attended all her lectures there, and I said, can I
Okay.
hug you? She said yes, and I hugged her.
Oh, wow. Oh my God, nice. It's such a nice feeling that you like somebody
Yeah.
and you are getting chance to hug that person. So today I also watched about the history, like from where they come and how they built, how this society of Brahma Kumar, like she was telling everything about since its beginning. Like they have started in 1936. So from there the journey has still like going on. So I love to listen these kinds of podcasts. So while I'm watching today, there's a one good thing happened with me. My younger one, he was sleeping by the time like 10:30. So I woke up at 6:30 in the morning and I finished all my household chores. Everything was done. And I was like literally sitting free. So I thought of, okay, let's utilize this time and watch a podcast. So
So
that time I have
he gets up at 10:30 in the morning.
only today, not generally. So but today.
I also love to watch her videos, and whenever I used to feel upset, I would watch them. And if I ever felt rejected or insulted or humiliated, I would watch her videos, and they would give me enough courage. They are
Correct.
very helpful. So whenever there is a
Yeah.
conflict or something going on, and I'm feeling anxious or depressed, her videos really motivate me, and they cheer me up.
Yes, even I do watch these kinds of gurus, and there are so many available. Like one is Buddha. I watch or listen his podcast too. There Sadhguru, but Sadhguru's language sometimes I feel that I'm not able to understand actually. Even on this level, I'm not able to understand everything very easily from Sadhguru. He has some difficult vocabulary, I think he uses. So for that reason, but I love watching these kinds of motivational videos which inspire me.
And do you watch Sandeep Maheshwari's videos also?
No, I don't. I don't know why I don't watch him.
I like his videos also. And when
Yeah.
we went to Mount Abu, actually, Brahma Kumari's headquarters are in Mount Abu.
Yes.
So when we went
Yes.
there, we stayed for 5, 6 days. So we had to
Mm-hmm.
stay there. We would attend their sessions since morning till evening. So we would attend some 5, 6 sessions every day. There were many
Okay.
different people. So there were different ladies and gents who used to give those sessions, and they told us history of Brahma Kumari and everything. And then we went to see Shiv Baba also.
Okay.
So we went to
Nice.
that also. So that trip had told us everything. So we had become so much, we were so much into it. And like when we used to fight, like if I would fight with my husband, I would say, see, whenever we used to fight, so I would say, see, you remember what we attended in they said in the lecture? They said he's on a different journey. So whenever I say something else, I am on a different journey. So those things
Okay.
stayed in our hearts for a while, and after a few months, everything vanished. So they
Okay.
stay in your
Okay.
mind if you keep watching it. Otherwise, they just don't stay.
That's true. You know what you asked me that why like I'm not watching Sandeep Maheshwari. The only reason is what I understand is that I'm very much passionate about learning English, and his most of the sessions they are in Hindi language. That is only one thing that I'm not watching him because see, while I'm watching him, I can understand, I can inspire, I can feel motivated, but my purpose is not going to solve, right? My purpose is to become fluent in this language, which can be possible only if I'm watching English content. I think so. For that reason only, I am not watching him. So yeah,
Okay. So you love the kind of videos that you want to watch, but them you watch them in English.
yes.
But I
I
used to
wish.
watch Shivani's video because I liked them and they solved the purpose. So yeah, improving English is the side effect, you can say.
Yeah, no, your English is already good. You don't need that. So you can follow your interest or your passion. Sometimes even I'm not interested in that particular kind of genre. I try to watch it forcefully because of English purpose only. Because there are so many Bollywood interviews are there. I sometimes I don't feel to listen them, but I force myself that no, I should listen it because she must be using good expressions. She must be the style is also different. When we listen to Bollywood actors or actresses, they have some kind of style in their speaking. So I just want to copy that also. And for that reason, I'm watching them.
Yeah. So when I was also learning English, and till the time I didn't have a style of my own, I used to copy other people's style. That happens. We have to
Yes, that
observe other
happens.
people, and
Yeah.
after a while, we develop our own style.
Style. Yes, yes. Until we become perfect, we know the basics of English, like how to speak something. We cannot try to build our own style until we're perfect in something. What I feel is that.
Right. So currently, I don't watch anything, and I don't force myself to watch anything. I am already watching two American web series. So
Okay.
while watching them, while enjoying the content, I get English exposure already. And I am watching K dramas also. Do you watch K dramas?
No.
There are lovely Korean shows, and I have recently started watching them. I have watched five of them, and I have become addicted to K dramas. They are so amazing. Korean
Okay, they are
dramas.
on YouTube.
They are on Netflix.
Netflix. Okay. See, I'm not getting chance to go through Netflix because that time, the time when I got free, that time like my husband comes back from the office and the remote is in his hand. So whatever he is like watching, we must have to watch that only.
We watch these dramas together. So I wait for my husband to come back and have
Wow.
dinner, and then we watch them together. And if I am not free and I am in the kitchen, then he waits for me to come in the room, and then we watch
Okay.
them together. And if one drama finishes, then we start another one. So we watch
That's
these web
great.
series together. Yeah. And
So
I'm
just
watching
by
two,
Mhm.
and I'm watching two other American shows. Those I'm watching alone. So we are
Okay.
watching K dramas together.
What are the name of those American shows which you are watching?
One of them is Superstore. It has amazing English that I'm
Superstore.
enjoying. Superstore. And the other one is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
It is like kind of a suspense show. They try to find the culprit, that kind of a show. Like the Karan
Oh,
Chand, if you remember. No? Okay.
no.
So
My
what do you
knowledge
like
is
to
really
watch
poor.
on TV with your husband?
Nothing. I'm not getting chance to watch anything on TV. Even if I'm watching TV, getting some time in like free time in during day. So I always watch podcasts. That's only thing I do these days. And yes, one more thing I would like to share. That's my personal experience. Like I have been experiencing this particular thing from last 15 to 20 days. In the morning, I started walking actually like 8 to 9. It's my walking time in the
Oh,
morning.
for 1 hour.
Yes, now I
Oh,
have
wow.
started.
Okay, that's
So
great.
when I'm walking, I try to listen English shows which do not have Indian accent. There are so many these days. Like there are so many podcasts. Even if I talk about Jay Shetty, do you know Jay Shetty? He's one of the famous person in terms of podcast. So his accent is little bit different. It's not the same as the Indian people have. So when I'm trying to listen them, I am not able to getting 100% of their conversation. I don't know why. I pull myself to watch it and try to understand, but I'm not able to do it. Ultimately, at the end, I come back to the conversational videos, like in this English English field, because I feel so much comfortable while listening to English conversations, like the people like us, they are speaking, and I just enjoy that. But whenever I'm trying to listen something else, I'm not able to concentrate. I feel that I'm not understanding still, like I'm not able to understand the other accents really well. So that is one of the reason I'm not really into English shows. Yeah.
So I have been watching American shows for last 5 6 years. So that is why
Mm.
I'm able to understand American English. And I was
Yes.
really enjoying them. I watched the first show that I watched was Friends. So all of the
Okay.
shows I have enjoyed. So and while enjoying the shows, I have started understanding the American accent. But it is difficult to force yourself to understand that,
Ah, yes. It's not possible.
Unless you are enjoying the content, it's difficult.
It's very difficult. Yes, that's what I have observed in last few days. Like that, I should not push myself because I'm not going to get anything from that particular video. It is better to listen that what you likes to watch. I personally like to listen the stories of other people, like how they have struggled, how they have achieved this kind of thing. Especially like Priyanka Chopra, I have heard few speeches of her, and there are so many actors. Today I have watched. What is her name? I don't remember the name. She's very beautiful actor. Latest actor. She's in Do Patti. Do you watch that movie?
Kriti Senon.
Yeah. So I
No, I
was
haven't
watching her
watched that
journey.
movie. Somebody told me that that movie was not good. It was a flop. So I didn't
It was
watch
a
that.
flop.
Have you? Have you watched
Yes,
it?
yes. My husband, he asked me to watch like this is new movie and let's watch it together. So I watched that movie.
How
So
did you like it?
she was telling about her journey, how she get that national award for Mimi. There's another movie, Mimi. I
Yeah.
have seen the movie too.
Mimi is
So
like good. The review is good.
the reviews is good and the story is very good story. It was a good storyline. It's different from the other movies, Bollywood movies. So even I loved that movie. So she was sharing her experience, and I like listening these kinds of podcasts where person is sharing his own life, true life experience, because you learn a lot from them. You feel that you're getting inspiration from these kinds of celebrity they talk about. So yeah, that is one thing I would love to watch. Yeah.
See, you are spending that time, like 8 to 9 is your me time. You are
Yes.
walking, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
even during that time, you are listening to something that from that uh, with which you can learn something. So, what do you love doing when you are free? Where you are not learning anything. You are just, I mean, you love something where you don't want to learn anything. Is there
That's
anything?
never happened.
Okay, there is nothing that you love doing when you are free.
No, my favorite thing is to watch podcast in my free time. That is something I like doing it. Yeah, but along with that, if I get one plate of pizza or something nice to eat, that's like
Oh,
made my day. Yeah, eating and watching TV.
that's
Eating means like something which is not made by me, something which I have ordered from outside.
that's
Like
true.
sometimes it's pizza, sometimes it's pasta. I love these kinds of food. And if I'm, or one more thing, I just want that my house should be clean at that time when I'm free. I cannot sit and enjoy my time when the house is dirty or like things are, scattered here and there. I don't feel good at all. So today, when I did my all household chores, my maid was not there today. She told me like at night that I'm not coming tomorrow. So accordingly, I have to prepare everything. So I finished everything. My house was cleaned. It was like looking nice. And then only I sat on my sofa and have a tea. I made chila, that is ragi chila. I made it myself. And yesterday night, I prepared palak paneer so that it can help me in the morning breakfast and lunch. So I had that, have my favorite tea, and then I heard that show BK Shivani. It was amazing morning for me today.
Yeah, that's great. Sounds amazing. So, which is your favorite tea that you prepared today?
Tea, that's normal tea, milk tea.
Masala tea, no? I also prepare my masala tea and I don't like tea made by anybody else. I like tea that I
Mhm.
prepare.
Same
Same.
here.
So when I'm so tired and when I come back from outside, sometimes my mother-in-law says that let me make tea for you. I get you, no, no, no. I'll go and make it myself. She says, "You're tired. You have just come out. You have just come in." I say, "No, I will have to make it myself because I won't like your tea."
Yeah, so even same cases with me. I personally like the tea I prepared because many people they put lots of milk into that. Many people they drink black tea instead of the the mixture should be appropriate. Like the milk and the
Correct.
tea combination
Yes.
should be that perfect that it tastes well. So this is what I do, and I prepare my own tea.
Everybody has its own recipe. I think they like a
Ah,
peculiar kind of tea. So I put some ginger,
yeah,
tulsi. I put
okay.
tulsi leaves also, and yeah, I put equal amounts of milk and water. And if water is more and tea is more, then it becomes blackish. I don't like that at
Blackish.
all.
I don't like it. Same here. I think you should come to my house and you have to drink tea made by me.
Do you visit Noida frequently?
No,
No?
it's been like years. I don't remember that last when I visited Noida. I think it is when I was giving my law exam.
Oh my God, I keep coming
That
to
is
Gurgaon.
in
I visit Gurgaon so frequently because my husband's office is in Gurgaon.
oh, okay, nice.
Gurgaon, no? Yeah.
So whenever you will get chance, you have to come here. Then we'll have tea together.
Yes. Maybe I like the tea made by you.
Maybe.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. No, I
Yeah.
personally love cooking as well. Sometimes you said na, that what you do in your free time. Like if I'm absolutely free and I have nothing to do, so I might cook something good because I love preparing nice food. Chola, it's one of my favorite. Egg curry sometimes, and sometimes it's rajma, chawal, parlak paneer. Yesterday I made paneer is like the thing which I think I make 3 times in a week because my son likes eating paneer. So for that reason, yeah. So I'm fond of cooking as well.
So when I'm really in the mood of cooking something apart from the regular food, then I just want to surprise my children. They love banana cake. Then
Okay.
I just go in the kitchen. I don't let them know anything. I just bake the cake. And sometimes they say, we can smell the cake. Somebody has brought the cake. I
Yeah.
said, no, nothing. Then I bring out the cake when my husband also, comes back. Then they all get surprised. And it is just polished off in just 10 minutes. They love it so much. And yeah, I love baking for them sometimes.
Okay, that's really nice. And it's a nice thing to give surprise to your family and when they feel happy also. See, I also used to bake cakes like before my younger one. Since he came into my life, I'm not getting time to bake single chapati. So cake is far away.
Okay, so he's 1.5 years old, no?
Yes, yes,
At that
exactly.
age, it's very difficult to even do the household chores peacefully, let alone the baking and all.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. The moment I entered into the kitchen, he's just there. He just want me to pick him up and put him on the slab, and so that he can touch everything on the slab. So it's really sometimes I got irritated. It's a chotu side. Like I don't like to beat him, but sometimes I need to do that.
My son also used to be after me all the time. I would take him, I would carry him in my lap and then make chapatis with one hand.
Oh my god, it's so difficult.
And he would chase me in the bathroom. He would keep crying when I would be taking bath. They are
So I
just
had my
hardcore
mother-in-law
moms.
for that
They keep
actually.
crying when their mother goes into the bathroom. They don't see their fathers, I think.
Fathers are invisible for them.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I think we had this amazing session today. I thoroughly enjoyed.
I also really enjoyed talking to you. Okay, we have become besties, so we'll keep connecting.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. I think it is okay for today's session, and it's really amazing to connect with you. I don't feel that I'm connecting with someone professionally. It feels like something very personal touches there, and I feel that I shared a lot of things with you as well. So it's amazing and lovely session with you.
Yeah. I also felt like I was talking to a friend, and really, it was really amazing.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, then, Karishma, have a great day. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye.